Should Stasis be banned in PvP, like the high-end, quote-unquote, competitive setting, face it, tourneys, stuff like that? I really don't think it should. Reason I'm going to explain is because I'm going to compare it to Top Tree Dawnblade, and I'm not going to lie, Stasis Titan is absolutely one of the top two classes like in the game right now, by far. If I were to change anything, I think the super is a little bit too strong for what it is. It has a little bit too much armor, lasts a little bit too long, and it moves really, really quickly. So I think a few adjustments here and there, really tiny adjustments, will make the class much, much more balanced overall. But I want to directly compare it to Top Tree Dawn because Top Tree Dawn is not banned, and Titans are already at a big disadvantage in high-end PvP because they don't have movement speed. At the higher skill levels in Destiny, you have to have movement speed. Aim assist is so strong, bullet magnetism, hitboxes are so big that everyone can win a gunfight. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter if you're just spamming the trigger, you're barely aiming at them, you'll still get headshots. How many times have you had a sniper body shot register as a headshot? So gun skill is already a very, very limited skill gap because it's so easy to hit your shots. So it all comes down to movement, and Titans are at a huge disadvantage. Everybody's going to say, but Bottom Tree Striker is so good. Look at all these tourney teams that use Bottom Tree Striker. There's like 2 teams that have Titans on them every tournament. It's like, come on, dude. The movement is where Titans lack the most. Hunters can bounce their head off ceilings. They have their dodge every like 11 to 14 seconds or whatever. And Warlocks have their Icarus dodge or Icarus dash. So directly comparing the movement from a Titan base to a Top Tree Dawn base, Warlocks are better. They can carry that momentum further and faster. They can get to the sniper perches right away. For a sniper, Warlock is the absolute best. Top Tree Dawn, you can't go wrong with it. It is the strongest. But when it comes to shotgunning Titans, the Cryoplasm Slide makes them actually very, very strong and able to keep up with the Hunters who have like Stompies and they have their bouncy heads and all that nonsense. So movement, Titans need Cryoplasm to compete. They just absolutely need it. Dune Marchers isn't enough. The extended melee range from knockouts not enough. They need that slide to be competitive. On top of that, let's talk about the melee range. I directly want to compare Celestial Fire to the whatever the heck the Titan melee is called, the one where he gets a dash a little bit. Celestial Fire is better. Yes, you can aim the Titan melee a little bit, and it is a way to get at like a jail free card, but you have to get right into your enemy's face if you're going to use it offensively. With Celestial Fire, you can use it at range, and it'll track around corners, it'll hit behind Titan walls, and it does more damage than the Titan melee. So you have all those benefits. It's safer, and it still does a ton of damage. With Titan, you have to commit to being aggressive, or you have to use it to get away. And if you use it to get away, it's gone. Stasis abilities take longer to recharge, so it's going to take you a little bit longer to get that melee back compared to the Warlock Celestial Fire, especially if they hit you while they're in the air, because they get like half of it back or something like that. And yeah, Titans can get some melee energy back too, but it locks them into having to use the Stasis wall grenade, and then they have to slide into it, and then they have to pick up the crystals after that. And I think the melee regeneration is pretty comparable after that, because then they get the additional 10 seconds of regen from the other ability. So melees, I think they're perfectly even. They have their strengths, they have their weaknesses, but in my opinion, they're totally even. So Stasis Titan movement equal to Top Tree Dawn movement. Stasis Titan melee equal to Top Tree Dawn melee. The grenade, we already talked about the grenade. They're locked into the Glacier Wall, whereas Warlocks, they can use solar grenades or whatever. The only thing is the super is a little bit too strong. That's it. I think the neutral play, everything is just perfectly balanced compared to those two classes. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, well, Top Tree Dawn is way too strong anyway. That one should be, you know, tuned down a little bit as well. And I really don't think we want to go that far because it's such a good... I think it's... I don't know how to explain it. I think it's really balanced, but it's very, very strong if you're good enough to use it to its maximum ability. So I think skill gap-wise, it does have the biggest skill gap to be good, and I think that alone makes it, you know, worthy of being the pinnacle, like, top-tier subclass in the game. Titans, a much less, you know, a much lower skill gap, but it keeps them competitive. So I think that is, you know, I think they're on the same level, right? You can't just brain dead ape with a Titan in scrims. You'll just get wrecked. You know, the players are smart enough, they sit back far enough, they know how to bait you. So anyway, I think at least Stasis Titan should be allowed. All Stasis should be allowed because Stasis Titan is the best of the three, right? They only have one freezing grenade, and they have to get a direct impact with you. Back in Destiny 1, if you threw an incendiary, it dealt 170 and then burned you for like 10 ticks of 7 damage. It was a one-hit kill. It's the same thing. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm not explaining myself correctly, but I just wanted to put my thoughts out there. I don't think Stasis should be banned. Limit it to 1 per team. I think that's the best way to go. But that's just me. I'm nobody. No one knows who I am. I don't compete in tournaments or anything anyway. So thank you all for watching. Goodbye.